R-Type Delta is a scrolling shooter for the PS1. It has great graphics, great sound effects. Aesthetically, it's a very pleasing game. And also it handles really well. Like, typically scrolling shooters require twitch fast reflexes. And in this game, you can utilize your twitch fast reflexes to play because the game is very responsive. You also have several different airships, some spaceships to fly. What are these things called? Like the ships that are like not really in space, but they kind of look like a kind of hybrid of a jet and a spaceship. Are they UFOs? Are they UFO jets? Let's just call them R-types. You have several of these R-types to fly, and all of them have like a ton of different weapons. I feel like there's too many weapons in the game. I feel like every 10 seconds I pick up a new weapon. Oh, I got this badass weapon that shoots from like the front and also the back, and then you press another button and the weapon transforms into a different weapon, and then you pick up a new weapon 20 seconds later, which can also transform to a different weapon. And then on top of that, one of the shoot buttons you can hold down to power up the super powerful beam, which is a new weapon in on itself. I can't keep track of all the weapons your ships have, and they're shooting from the front, from the rear. It's like you have scrolling shooter food poisoning, where you're just projectile vomiting and pooping different streams of weapons from all sides. It's all coming out of you. You shouldn't have eaten that asteroid in level 1. The fact that there's a lot of weapons is definitely a little confusing and overwhelming, but that's not what I would say is the negative in this game. What's negative about this game is just how incredibly difficult it is. I mean, really, even if you have twitch fast reflexes, even if you drink like 5 cups of coffee before playing and you're like hyper aware of everything, if you can like see a bee fly by you in slow motion, if you take that drug from the latest Judge Dredd movie that slows down time, you will still die like a billion times in this game. It's virtually impossible to pass the first level unless you use cheats or are some kind of scrolling shooter demigod. The enemies are coming from all sides. They're shooting you from all sides. They're pretty big on the screen. You're big on the screen. And then there's also obstacles to avoid. It's just way too many things taking up the screen that can kill you in one hit. This is really the negative in this game. It's too hard to be enjoyable. I mean, you can enjoy the game for how satisfying it is to destroy the robotic mech enemies, how many different cool weapons you have to destroy the enemies, how great the soundtrack is, the sound effects, how awesome the backgrounds look. I mean, the game has amazing graphics. You can enjoy the game for that. But then when you're dying every 30 seconds, it kind of sort of gets annoying. I don't know, maybe I just suck at this game, but I swear I really tried. There are only two options. Either this game is way too hard to be really enjoyable, or I suck horribly. Or it's a little bit of both. It's probably the latter, though. Let's just go with I suck, and I'm a total scrub, and I can't handle hard games. I'm a total newbie. Let's just go with that. Forget everything negative I ever said about this game. This game is perfect in every way. I'm sorry, R-Type Delta, if I've offended you. You are truly a god amongst men. You are the greatest game of all time. Other games bow to your greatness. Your difficulty is just the perfect amount of difficulty and strategy. Anyone can pass you if they really try. I am just a lowly, pathetic gaming loser who couldn't even pass the first level of Mario. I have no business reviewing you, R-Type Delta. I have no business saying your name. When I say the name R-Type Delta, I am blaspheming. I am too low a being to proclaim your name, R-Type Delta. You know what I'm gonna do? That's it. I'm doing it. I'm legally changing my name to I suck at R-Type Delta. And now every time someone sees my driver's license, someone calls out my name, when a telemarketer calls me about selling me a beautiful property in Florida, they're gonna say, "Hello, may I speak to I suck at R-Type Delta?" And I'll say, "Yes, this is me." And they'll say, "Wow, you know what? We were gonna sell you a great property in Florida, but now that we know that you suck at R-Type Delta, You don't even deserve the property. And the telemarketer is gonna hang up on me. It'll be the first time in history when the telemarketer tells me to not call them. Or maybe this game is just too hard. It's one of those. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more classic game reviews. Goodbye, my friends.